What's up, guys? Welcome back to another day in the life. So, I know that failure or being scared to fail is one of the things that may be holding you back. And I'm going to tell you that you're going to have to stop being afraid to fail. You're going to have to. You cannot allow failure to be the reason why you don't want to start because you're too scared to fail. Okay? Failure is something that is within the mind. If you don't want to fail, tell yourself that I'm not going to fail. I'm going to do amazing. I'm going to do great. It's when you keep telling yourself over and over and over again that you're going to fail, that's whenever you don't get to where you want to be. Right? If I tell myself that I really, really want to do something, but I'm too scared that I'm going to fail, then guess what? How am I going to get the experience of knowing what to do the next time to get it right? See, don't look at your failures as your downfalls. Look at those failures that you've had as your, like, okay, I got it wrong that time, but now I know the right way to do it because I don't want to keep failing. And if I don't know the right way, I'm going to go find the right way because I do not want to continue down the same road of failing over and over and over again, right? But don't allow the failures that you go through to stop you from doing what you really, really want to be doing. You have to tell yourself that, okay, I've had that failure, but am I going to allow that to break me or make me? For myself, I allow all of my failures as a reason to make me. Why? Because without those failures, I wouldn't have known how to do it the correct way. If I would have come to this job and I didn't fail at it, then I wouldn't have found the correct way to do what I really wanted to do. And you say, how was yours a failure? Mine was a failure because I needed to figure out that life wasn't rosy. That if I really wanted something, I couldn't go work for somebody else. I couldn't depend on somebody else for the things that I wanted. See, once upon a time, I thought it was sad that I had lost my mother, that I didn't have my father around at a young age. But then I said, you know what? It's not really a sad thing. Because maybe it was that the Most High was telling me that I want you to depend solely on you. I want you to go within you and figure out what it is that I have given you, what it is that I have blessed you with to use for yourself. And stop depending on other people. From a very young age, I realized that I wasn't able to depend on other people. So when I came to this job, thinking that it was going to be a success, it was a failure because I was putting my all into somebody else and not putting my all into myself. Right? So yes, in that sense, to me, it was a failure. But am I going to allow that failure to stop me, or am I going to allow it to build me? I choose to allow it to build me. Why? Because every single time I build myself up from the failures that I've had, I've become stronger. I told myself, you know what? That is enough. No more will I sit here and depend on somebody else. Not to that level. Not to the level to where I'm depending on you for how I eat every day, how I live my life, how I decide to wake up, whether I decide to wake up at this time or I decide to wake up at that time. Right? So, no. I got to depend on me. And if I really, really want something to happen, I can't be scared that I'm going to fail. I can't be scared of that. It's okay to fail because then once you've fallen, you now know how to get back up. And if you don't know how, you're going to learn how because you're not going to want to be down there, right? You are not going to want to be down there for very long. So you're going to find a way to get back up. And that's exactly what I did. And that's why I'm telling y'all can do the same exact thing. Okay? Content creation is one of those things where you keep failing and you keep getting back up. And guess what? If you fallen a few times, you're not going to just continue to keep running around in a circle. You're going to find something that's going to help you, and it's going to get you through to where you're supposed to be. Right? And then you're going to continue on. But because I'm doing it for myself, I don't mind failing. Because I'm doing it for me. It's when I'm doing it for somebody else and they don't appreciate me failing, the failures that I've had to go through to get to where I was, they don't appreciate that. That's whenever you say to yourself, you know what? I think I need to rethink this one. I don't mind failing for myself. If I got to do the same for you and not get any type of different reaction, because you're not going to get a different reaction. It's going to always be the same reaction over and over and over again, because the system is not programmed for you to have a different outcome. It's not programmed for you to have a different outcome. It's programmed for you to have the outcome that everybody else has. But if you want more, then you can't be afraid to fail to get it. It takes falling to get it. It takes failure to get it. Okay? Like I said, content creation is not an easy journey. And I failed a few times once before, but I told myself I'm going to find a way and I'm going to get through it. And that's exactly what you have to do if that's something that you're interested in. As this is something that I'm interested in. So guess what? I'm going to continue to keep doing it. Even whenever I don't feel like doing it, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it. See, when everybody says you have to be consistent, they keep telling you, you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. It's not the consistency of just posting a bunch of videos. It's the consistency within your mind. The mind has to tell itself that I'm ready for change. You got to build your mind up to gear yourself for the change. If you don't, you're going to be in the same place every single time because you didn't prepare the mind, right? Preparing the mind is by telling it that, okay, it's okay to fail, but because you're going to get back up every single time. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get better. And everything that you were working for is going to come to you the way that you want it to come to you. Because you know why? You didn't give up. You didn't tell yourself that just because I failed once or twice or 3 times that it's not going to happen. Because I know that failing is a part of my success. Right? Einstein. He had his success. Okay? He failed a bunch of times, but he had his success, right? There are people in this world that have failed so many times, but guess what? You are living out their dream because they did not give up, because they were not scared of the failure. Sometimes you got to be a little crazy to keep going on whatever journey that you're trying to go on, because everybody else is not meant to understand what you're supposed to be going through. That's your journey. Remember, that's your vision. Nobody can see what you can see. Nobody's going to be able to do what you're able to do. Not on the level that you're able to do it on, right? Because we're all different. But as long as you're not scared to fail, it doesn't matter. You can do anything. Because you've gotten over the fear of feeling like somebody's judging me, or you've gotten over the fear of feeling like I'm going to fail. You've done it now. Now it's time to get back up, right? It's time to get back up because you've already failed. You know what that feels like. Oh, I was scared of that. I know what that feels like. Let me get back up. Pull myself together and do this again. Do it again and again and again and again until you get it right. All right? I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.